Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, our Moments with God. And I hope that today, on the Sunday, the 25th Sunday of the year, 22nd of September, you are going to listen properly to the reflection and make your own contribution to yourself, to your deepening of your spiritual life. And I hope you are sharing the video with others and also subscribing to the channel and asking your friends also to subscribe for it. Thank you. Today you see I stand here before a long road and there is a village there, as well as you can see that this road goes through the forest there, as you can see, and the vegetable garden, etc. Why? Because Jesus is now going along with his disciples towards Galilee, and I am imagining that this road will eventually lead to Galilee. This is not the real Holy Land, as I always say. I just imagine taking the gospel and putting into some context for you. But to understand today's gospel, we have to go back to last Sunday's gospel. I do not know if you remember still. I asked sometime this question to people in the church, and normally they don't remember what they listened to last week or the previous week or even the day before in the chapel. But let me just put quickly to this the gospel of last Sunday to you. Last Sunday, Jesus was speaking about that. First, he asked, "Who do you say that I am, and what do people say that I am?" And Peter said that you are the Christ, and of course, he was very happy. But then he spoke about how he has to suffer and die and be rejected by people, which Peter simply could not accept. And Peter took him aside and told him, No, this cannot happen to you. But Jesus then rebuked him, saying, "Get behind me, Satan." Remember that? That was the gospel. Why Peter took Jesus away and tried to explain to him that this cannot happen to you? Because Peter did not want to hear that Jesus should suffer. Jesus was actually giving him a shock treatment and to the disciples that yes, he is the Messiah, but he has to suffer. And today, continuing on the journey to Galilee, he brings up that topic again, maybe because he himself was so affected by his own suffering and on not only just the way to Galilee, but eventually the way to Jerusalem, that he would have to suffer again. So he repeats that point again and gives them a reality of what is going to happen. But as the gospel tells us, the disciples did not understand his saying and they were afraid to ask him. My question is, were they really so dumb that they did not understand what Jesus said? Or they did not want to understand what Jesus was saying? Or it was beyond their capacity to understand or to take in what Jesus was saying, as it happened to Peter last week. You see, he listened to what Jesus was saying, but did not want to accept that Jesus would have to suffer. And again, these disciples here, they are so much in their own world, or they probably do not want to hear the word suffering, that Jesus would have to suffer. After all, he is the Messiah. This is all very strange, and Jesus is trying to drum it into them that he has to go through the path of suffering. Of course, he will rise on the third day, he tells them, but they do not comprehend. So why are they not comprehending? I think it is also the case with us. A lot of time we too are on our own journey, either looking at things or enjoying our life or too worried about our family problems or our sicknesses and things like that, and therefore do not pay attention to what Jesus is saying or do not try to understand what he is saying. Yes, if we really understood what Jesus is saying, a lot of our problems in life would be much lighter to care. Of course, Jesus knows that these people have not understood. So he asked them, by the way, what were you talking on the way? And they keep quiet. Why they keep quiet? Because they were talking among themselves as to who is going to be the greatest. You see, that was their concern. Who among us is going to be big? Who among us is going to be chosen the prime minister or the chief minister? Or who among us is going to be the captain of the team? Or who among us is going to be sent abroad for something? That is the usual concern of people, and that's why we fail to listen to Jesus. When Jesus sees that they have not understood, because they were talking about who among them is going to be the greatest, Jesus calls a little child and places before them and tells them, unless whoever wants to be first will be the last, and whoever wants to be last will be first. Whether they understood that, I do not know. Whether we understand that, that also I am not sure. But these are the difficult teachings of Jesus. And unless we get into these teachings of Jesus, somehow we will not be able to take the path of following Jesus and go after him and really take up the cross that he is talking about. And unless he says you become like these little children, then you will not accept me, because whoever accepts this little child accepts me, and whoever accepts me accepts the Father who sent me. So this is all a different kind of teaching that Jesus is giving us. Have you also tried to understand the teachings of Jesus? Have you found it difficult to understand the teachings of Jesus? Try it out. I wish you all the very best, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do it now. Thank you.